Hello, I'm not going to start this video off with anything super flashy or whatever because that's just not really who I am. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Abby Hahn. I recently just put out a song called Nobody Knows, and I'm here to just kind of talk about it. So I'm not going to be that person who's going to like promote their song like, go stream my song, like, oh, well, I have said that, but that's not all that I want to be able to do with it. I want it to be able to be relatable. I want you guys, to be able to hear the song and be able to hear yourself in it, not just somebody singing about themselves. I do want to be able to have a career in music. That is like my dream job. It would be so cool to be able to travel the world with a world tour and be able to meet new people, being able to sing songs that I've wrote about my experiences with people I've never met before, like have thousands of people screaming my words back at me. That would be so cool. But the main reason that I started writing music was to be able to learn how to cope and understand my own big feelings, whether it's anxiety, depression, if I'm overthinking, like whatever it is, I can write it down and that helps me be able to get through it, understand it, and get over it. But the main reason that I started putting my music out was for people to be able to know that they're not alone. So if somebody's going through a similar experience as mine, they can know that they're not alone, because sometimes it helps just to know that you have somebody who is going through the same thing that you are, or at least close to the same thing that you are. So my song Nobody Knows is about overthinking, anxiety, depression, feeling like you're alone and you have nobody there for you, and that you feel like you're everything for everybody else and nobody picks up your slack because you are taking care of everybody else who's there to take care of you. It's about keeping hopes and dreams to yourself, so then nobody can talk you down and discourage you from what you want to be able to do. This is the notebook that has the original lyrics of Nobody Knows in it. This is the notebook that I wrote the song in. So the very first line of the song is leaving things, people, memories behind. That is coming from me personally, talking about like when I wrote that, I was thinking about leaving things, like tangible things, like objects, but those things can hold memories. Leaving people behind, people from your past, from your childhood, people that you've known your entire life that are just no longer in your life anymore, because things happen, you lose people, unfortunately, but it does happen. And then leaving memories behind, the certain memory that can be tied to a certain object or tied to people that you have to let go of. And then the next line is, I care far too much about being kind. That's just people pleaser. I care too much about coming off as the nice girl, the person that everybody looks to be nice and kind, and like, it's great to be a good person, but you need to be able to put yourself first before other people sometimes. The next line is, feeling alone, pacing in my room, keep the door closed so nobody knows. So feeling alone, pacing in my room, that is what I've personally done when I've had an anxiety attack, a panic attack. I just close my bedroom door. At least when I was still at my parents' house. I live on my own now. Well, I have a roommate, but on my own, as in not in my parents' house. But feeling alone, pacing in my room, keep my door closed so nobody knows. That is, I'm having an anxiety attack and I don't want anybody to know, and I don't want anybody to see me like this. So I'm just gonna stay here, stay confined and closed off until I feel like I'm ready for people to see me again. And then the next line is, always feel on the verge of tears. So like, you're always feeling overwhelmed, you're always feeling stressed, anxious, and you just feel like you're just always a little bit not okay, so you always feel like you're about to cry. And then stressed about hypothetical fears. Overthinking. Stressing about things that haven't even happened yet. But, you know, that's what us overthinkers like to do. And then choke it back so nobody knows. Or bite my lip to numb the pain. Choke it back so nobody knows. Sorry. And with the writing, it was kind of scribbled everywhere. But, so yeah, bite your lip to numb the pain, choke it back so nobody knows. It's like a lot of people will chew on their bottom lip, or I chew on the inside of my cheek or on the inside of my lip when I'm feeling anxious, or like when I need to bite these big feelings back so I don't start panicking in front of people and the people that look up to me as somebody who is always calm or always nice and always able to keep their cool. Not always. Not always. And the chorus. I'm growing tired of trying to be everything for everyone. That's when you feel like you're pulling weight for everybody, you're doing things for everybody, and nobody, even those same people, aren't there for you in the ways you are there for them. And then once I'd like someone to be everything just for me. Yeah, so that's tying into what is in the first line. It just is a continuation of it, that you just want somebody to be able to be everything for you. And then it goes on to say, maybe that's selfish, maybe that's rude, maybe I'm just asking for a nice dude. So maybe it's selfish that I'm asking for somebody, maybe it's rude that I want somebody to be everything for me and finally pull the weight that I've been leaving behind. And then maybe I'm just asking for a nice dude. Yeah. I'm not great with relationships. So, like, I'm really good at picking guys that are nice in the beginning and then aren't so great towards the end. So yeah, maybe I'm just asking for a nice dude, a nice guy that can finally continuously treat me well and not make me, you know, anxious and have a panic attack in my room. That in the third verse, after the first chorus, the next line is, I keep my dreams sealed under lock and key so no one can discourage me. I have talked about my singing career in front of friends, family, things like that, co-workers, and everybody's like, oh, well, that's a nice idea, but it's not actually going to happen. Why do you think that you're good enough for something that great? And me, once the people that I love the most start discouraging me from what I'm trying to do, that it hurts on a different level, and it makes me feel so discouraged and just like underwhelmed in what I'm trying to do that it's like I lose all drive for it. I lose all enthusiasm about why I want to do it. So then I've had to learn to go back and remind myself, you are doing this for a reason, so go out there and do it. Like, I feel like a good message for, you know, people my age. I'm 20 years old. People my age, people younger than me, people a lot younger than me. I feel like a good message for you is that if there is a dream inside of you, that was put there for a reason. It's put there because that's what you can be. It's what you're meant to do. That's what I personally believe, is if you have a dream that you feel so strongly about, that is your calling. Like, even if you don't make it to that exact drastic standpoint, like if I don't become a famous world tour singer, whatever, if I end up changing a couple people's lives because of a song that I wrote, if I change somebody's thinking on themselves, like if they're not thinking good of themselves, but then they listen to my song and they're like, wait, I'm not alone, and like they're like, after listening to my music, they feel a little more okay when they're feeling down, if they can listen to my music and that's a comfort for them. That's how I know that's when I would know that I have done what I'm supposed to do. Moving on to the next line, is acting fine, though most of the time I hide behind smiles so nobody knows. That line I actually wrote about somebody that is super close to me. And she's an amazing person. She's very kind, very thoughtful, very caring, and she also struggles, you know, with being able to admit when she's not okay. And yeah, so I wrote that line after a deep conversation that her and I had. It kind of inspired this whole song. I was trying to write something about somebody else that was really close to me, and just all the hurts about that, and that just kind of sparked the song to just about write itself. So that is my, you know, the entire lyrics of my song. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope it's something that can bring you comfort. You know, like seeing the streams go up would make me happy. Seeing the likes go up on my videos, whatever, of course that would make me happy, because it's something that I've put work into, and it's nice to see what you put in, like something that you put work into, thrive and grow. But if there's somebody that's watching this video and they go and they listen to my song and it helps you feel a little less alone, it helps you feel a little more comforted, if after watching this video and learning the meaning behind the lyrics, behind the words, and if it helps you, then I have done my job. So I hope you guys enjoy the song, and it is out anywhere to stream: Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, anywhere you listen. Look up Nobody Knows by Abby Han, and I hope you can find the comfort that you need in this song.